Okay, this is testing, so you'll excuse me. I just want to make sure that Twitch is working right. Oh, I guess it is working. I just heard myself. Oh, let me go to my channel. The camera is too high. Point it down a bit. Okay. No, this does not mean that I'm returning to Twitch. I just wanted to check um, like how the stream looks and so on and so forth because I'm hoping to return to Twitch in a very different way, in a very different medium and style, and um, not to do writing streams, but to do something completely different. So today, typically, I would release, well, Mondays and Wednesdays, I release what's called my creative view. However, the first Monday and Wednesday of a new month, I've been releasing this whole like masterclass series on Substack for writers. However, because of my extreme tardiness when it comes to my Friday fiction, I've decided to forego my usual schedule and not release a the next part of the long masterclass, like 20 episode series that I have planned from now till like May or June of next year. And instead, I'm going to finish this story, which is called The Ghost Train. And if I can come up with an idea for the other image, which was due, I believe, this past Friday, I'm going to have to look at the calendar just to confirm that. And I can actually look at it from here. Apologies for my nasal congestion. Why is this in my way? Move this over here. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 12, 3. Yeah, so if I can come up with a storyline, and that's a big if I can't, I'm going to release Ghost Train as an actual email and then link to these two previous ones, which I've simply posted on on my Substack account and just not sent them as an email to let them know, i.e., the ones who love my Friday fiction, that they've got like 3 stories that they can catch up on and make every effort to get myself back on track because I basically just have 2 more Fridays and then I'm taking a break from writing Friday fiction for the holiday season. So I really feel like there's no reason why I can't catch up at this point. And so that's what I intend to do. I'm going to make everything a bit bigger in case you can't really read it. And okay. The other thing I need to test is if both the YouTube and Twitch chat show up here in this chat window. It should. I don't see why it wouldn't. I'm not really too familiar with um with how this thing works, so it's gonna take me some time. I'm not used to using a streaming service that is online. I'm used to having a using OBS, which is just like an app on my computer. So this is foreign to me. I also don't like that it's showing my cursor. Is there a way for it to not do that? That would be great. I don't know how to. Maybe there isn't. But that would, I mean, I don't really see it because my window is on top, but that would drive me nuts if I was seeing a mouse like moving around the page. I'll have to look into that on a different day. Okay, so let's go back over here to Ghost Train. As you can see, I started writing it on writing this on Friday actually. And I intended on writing it and releasing it on Friday, but that didn't happen because I was a bit distracted. So, okay, I have written like 200 words, I think. Let me show my word count on the screen. Yep. Hold on one second. I'm gonna watch this. Watch and hear. There's supposed to be like a huge wind and rainstorm are coming and lasting the entire day, and it looks like it's starting now. I thought it was going to start at 10. Um, I don't know if you can hear it, but the wind is like howling in my office. Yeah, according to my thing here, it's oh wait, it just updated. My weather app was not correct. Yeah, it says it's a light rain. The heavy rain is going to pick up later, but the wind is supposed to be cray cray, which upsets me because I wanted to have a wintry Christmas like last year. Last year at around this time, we had like a foot of snow and more was coming. So that by Christmas, we were, I mean, every day my wife and I had to alternate days to shovel a path to the mailbox because if our mailbox wasn't um cleared away in front of it, the mailman would not deliver the mail. Like we had to every day because the snow plow would come and plow snow up and around our mailbox. So every morning we had to shovel our way out of our house using the snowblower sometimes. And this was this time last year. And here I am this time 1 year later, and I'm watching a rainstorm come through. Just, I think 5 days ago, we had a lightning storm, which was crazy. It wasn't the worst lightning storm we've ever had, but I could not believe that I think it was actually on December 1st or December 2nd. So I remember because I said, "How the hell are we having a freaking lightning rainstorm in December?" Anyway, let me get back to what I was doing. Real quickly, I just want to see, can you guys see? Yeah, I moved my mic. Oh, it's so dusty. I just realized I don't have my cloth. Where's my cloth? I don't know what my cloth is, but I will fix. I can see the dust on here. My office is like not as badly covered in dust as the room next door, but it's covered enough. Like you can see where the hell all the dust is. I didn't even realize that. Okay, that's fine. Let me go back to the screen I was on. But yeah, so I've been like wiping down my desk. I actually really need to take everything off my desk because my mat is covered in dust and it seems to like not work if I just try to swipe it away. So I think I need to do like a deep clean on my mat, a very expensive, very huge mat. Um, but I rearranged where everything is going to be on my desk because I'm getting um hopefully in 9 days, although I haven't heard hide or hair from Apple, but I'm trading my iPad Pro for the brand new iPad Mini. And I have a whole email slash blog post coming in a couple of weeks explaining why I upgraded from a 12.9-inch Pro to like an 8.7-inch iPad Mini. But that's going to go on this side um, of my desk. And so my phone, which is currently on this side, is really supposed to be over here, but I'm not sure if I like having it. I'm trying to figure out like the best. Let me. I should try to force myself to get used to having my phone over here. So I'm trying to play around and figure out, but I definitely want my iPad Mini to go on this side. Um, Currently, I have my Nintendo Switch over here charging, which is the other thing that I'm going to be getting. Hopefully, my brother gets me the capture card, which is how I'm going to be on uh, or utilizing Twitch in the future, as in like next January, February. Is I'm going to be on Twitch gaming, which Twitch is a gaming platform, so that's what I'm going to be doing, and I'm going to be playing my Nintendo Switch. So I'm gonna get another dock so that I can have a dock up here and a dock the dock where it originally is downstairs in my living room. So I don't want to have to keep bringing the dock up and down the stairs. That's ridiculous. So instead, I'm like, I can just buy the dock by itself. So it's like $50. So I'm gonna and it's like $40 for a refurbished one. So I'm like, for an extra $10, I can get one that I know is gonna be brand new and not refurbed. So I'm gonna just do that. And I decided I'm not gonna get the OLED Nintendo Switch. Instead, what I'm gonna do is I am going to trade in my Nintendo Switch Lite that I have to GameStop, get a store credit of like $110, and then use that store credit to buy two more games that I want. Um, I think I'm gonna get Super Mario Smash Brothers, um, Ultimate Edition or whatever the heck it's called, and either Metroid or um Pokemon Let's Go Eevee edition, which is supposed to be like the remake of Pokemon Yellow. So I think those are the two games I'm gonna get. I think I'm gonna get the Ultimate Smash Bros and the Pokemon Eevee. And I'll leave Metroid for like a game that I'll have like my brother or somebody get me for my birthday. Because I have like a list now of games that I want and games that I'm gonna just get myself, such as like the game in January, the new Pokemon game coming out in January. Already pre-ordered it, already getting it. Um, but whenever like Breath of the Wild 2 comes out, I think that one I'll probably just pre-order and get myself as well. But yeah, so I think I'm just gonna wait because I keep hearing that there's gonna be a Switch Pro, there's gonna be a Switch Pro. So I'm gonna give the Switch Pro like another 2 years to come out for Nintendo to announce the Switch Pro, and if they don't, hopefully in 2 years, the OLED won't be such a unicorn to find. Because right now, trying to find a store that has a Nintendo Switch OLED in all white is near impossible. Um, so and I'm not gonna go crazy trying to do it because initially I was gonna trade in my Switch, my Switch Lite, and then with the cost of what of the money that I would get from GameStop for trading them in, I would only end up paying $50 to get the new OLED because both trading both of them in, then GameStop would have given me $300, 200 for the Switch and then 100 for the Lite. And then it would have only cost me $50 to get the white version of the OLED. Bing bang boom done. Um, but things being what they are with shipping, et cetera, it's just too difficult to do it. And I live in the middle of nowhere, so the GameStop here is not like a GameStop in New York City where like every day they're getting shipments of like dozens of you know Switch OLEDs. It's like once a month they may get 5. And you would have to call like legit every day to find out if today's the day that they got a shipment in, and then be able to say, "All right, I'm on my way. I'll be there in like 20 minutes," which I ain't going through all that. I'm gonna be playing it predominantly, and I have been anyway on my TV screen or now on my monitor. So I very rarely these days will play it actually handheld, which is kind of cool because playing Pokemon on the big screen, that's new for me because I've always played it handheld on a little screen. So once I've done it now, it's like going back. It's like why? Why? Anyway, I'm going off track. Going off track. let's get back to what we were doing. So, but all of this to say that if my brother does not get me the capture card, which I'm hoping that he got it because I just checked my wish list and now it says that it's out of stock and you have to quote unquote see buying options, which worries me because I hope he doesn't end up doing that and spending more than he should have for what it originally costs. But if he doesn't end up getting it for me, I will have to buy it myself, which means it's going to take a bit longer for me to get it because I just don't have 150 to drop at any given moment, at least not right now. Um, so unless GameStop has, I never even thought of that. See, now if GameStop has um capture cards, I will forego getting those 2 games with the store credit and I will use the entire store credit to buy a capture card and then at worst case scenario pay like $40 out of pocket to cover the difference cuz I know the Elgato that I want is like 150 I think. Um or like 125, something like that. So I would just pay the difference. I would do that because I have plenty of games already that I can play on Twitch before I even get any of those other ones, which are games from like 2017, 2019. So whether I get them now or 6 months from now, it really won't make a difference. Those are games that you just play endlessly whenever. Um, so yeah, that I might actually also consider doing that, which I didn't think of till just now. That I'm sure GameStop probably has. Please hold because now I have to go check. Also, yep. Okay, so it does show the chat for Twitch on here, which is great, and it shows a little Twitch symbol, so I know that that's where the chat came from. Sweet. Okay. Hold on 1 second. I was thinking of getting the new Halo Infinite or Infinity. I don't know how they're pronouncing it. Probably Infinity for the Xbox because I do have Xbox. My wife predominantly uses our Xbox to play Call of Duty. Um, but I'm thinking of getting Halo because I like the solo play of Call of Duty, and I think I might like the solo play, not the multiplayer. I'm not too big on multiplayer because I kind of suck, but I like the storytelling and the story of Halo or Call of Duty or I think Battlefield might even have um, the solo campaign. But anyway, I'm over here to see if they have this. Oh no, they just have like the Stream Deck. I want the actual like capture card. I don't want a Stream Deck. Hmm. They have Razer. I don't know that brand. Is that a good brand? I might get that. How much is it? Pre-owned, it costs more than it does on sale and in new condition. Pre-owned is 140, but in new getting a brand new one is 135. I wonder if people ever really look at this to see the nonsense. Um yeah, so I might if this is the one that they have and they don't have I know Elgato is supposed to be like the standard, the whatevers, but see they have this one, capture card with camera connection, which I don't understand what the difference is. Is this one like not for gaming and this one's just for like connecting a camera? I think that might be it. So I think no, I think the one that I want is the one that's for 135, which is the game. Because this one says streaming capture card. That's why I'm confused. I'll have to do more research to figure out which one is the one. But I do know that they do sell capture cards, which is great. Now whether or not the one where I live has it in stock. Oh, it says pick up today. There's one left in stock at the one at the South Side Mall that I go to near me. Okay. So there's all likelihood that they have it. Yeah. Okay, going back to what I was doing now. I have so much to do. Sorry. I need to look at a picture of this because I want to make sure I describe it as best I can. So please hold while I go here. Okay, so this is the train, which I'm hoping you can see clearly. So this is the image that I'm using to tell this story called Ghost Train. Because it looks pretty ghostly in my opinion. Um, yeah. So and like it looks like it could never start in a million years, but in this instance for my story, this train does work, and it basically the idea of this train is it passes through um towns and villages and cities wherever it needs to pass through. It passes through. I think I have a huge gash on my shoulder. Anyway, it passes through and it picks up the souls. Is my voice too loud? Let me turn it down. It picks up the souls of those who've died. And so and it ferries them wherever it is they need to be ferried, either obviously to heaven or to hell. In many instances, and we'll find out in this story, they might just be stuck on the train, um, like purgatory with no place to go. And usually if you're stuck on the train in purgatory, it's because a loved one left behind um has unfinished business for or with you. And because you're no longer with them, it can't be finished, and therefore you're essentially stuck on the train. Um, yeah, if that makes sense. Is there a way to? I don't think there's a way to see, like, to peek at chat. I don't think there is. I'm not even gonna try to figure that out. Yeah, this thing says it's like hardcore raining, and if it is, I mean, it it's windy because I hear it howling, but I definitely do not see rain. So my app is flipping out. It's not raining. Also, I know I've been like chatting it up, but I need to BRB. How does this work? Okay. I think that way you can still hear me, but yeah, I have no idea. Hopefully you can. And I'm just looking and actually says that my iPad should be delivered between the 8th and the 15th. So I'm fingers crossed that in 2 days time. Oh, you can hear me. Oh, great. Okay, cuz it keeps telling me that like when I turn my camera off that it's also muting my mic, which I figured that doesn't make any sense. I just want to not be on camera, my mic should still be on. I'm using StreamYard, as you can see from like it saying StreamYard on the top right, and I don't usually use StreamYard, but I'm testing it out because they had like a Black Friday sale thing, and so I was like, I'll give it a whirl and see how I feel about it. If I don't like it in like a couple of months, I'll just cancel and move on with my life and just go back to OBS. But anyway, I'm excited because if that thing ships in like 2 days, that means because the 15th is, I think, like next Wednesday or something like that. It's the 10th, 12, 13, 14. Yeah, next week, Wednesday. So hopefully, we sometime between today and next week, Wednesday, I will have the new iPad mini generation 6. I got the starlight color. And I will be returning or trading in my iPad Pro 12.9 inch, which I never use, and I'm hopeful that I will use the iPad Mini much more than I used my iPad Pro, which was like hardly ever. Um, which makes sense. I mean, if I wanted to use something that was 12.9 inches, I easily would just reach for my laptop and just did that, So I felt like I had very little to no use for my iPad Pro. Oh my god, I'm gonna sneeze. Okay, hopefully I am gonna not sneeze anymore. Um, subscribe to my newsletter. Well, if you're on Twitch, you should be able, if you're on your computer on Twitch, you can scroll down and just click on that image that's there. Otherwise, I honestly don't know if I set this up because I haven't been doing this in a very long time. Yeah, that's not correct. Don't even click on that. That's actually, is there a way for me to um okay, so that's the URL to subscribe to my newsletter. The other thing from I don't even know why that thing is even working. Hold on. Now I got to fix that or delete it. Where is that coming from? Streamlabs. Been so long since I have been on Twitch that yeah. Such is life. Okay. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Um, I don't want to download Streamlabs. I just want to fix the commands if I know how to do it. So long. It's been so long. Where are Yeah, I have no idea. Oh, wait. Oh, I found it. Okay. Um, ow. Okay, I am fixing that command instead of just deleting it. Okay. I am going to delete this. Let's delete some things that I just don't even want accidentally used. Delete that. Delete that. Oh no, delete that. That's how long it's been since I have streamed. Oh my god. Okay, I'll leave those commands there. They're fine. Just subscribe. Can you say what type of content do you do or at least used to do in Twitch? Well, this is the content that I used to do on Twitch, writing. So this is just a test for me. What my intention to do is how do I get rid of this thing here now? That's up here. This banner. Um oh, okay. Sorry. Um So I used to be a writing streamer and I stopped streaming on June 30th. Actually, June 30th of this year was the last time that anyone would have seen me on Twitch. But I'm testing it using Streamlabs right now because my hope and intention is that next year in January, February, I will be returning to Twitch, but I will be returning to Twitch as a gaming streamer. So if you want to see my writing streams like I usually do when I left Twitch in June, I didn't stop streaming. I've simply moved from Twitch to YouTube. So my YouTube channel is where I have been streaming my writing like I typically would on Twitch. I've been there since June, actually since before June because I was streaming on both platforms at the same time. But now I'm exclusively to YouTube streaming my writing. Like I said, today is just pretty much just a test. But when I return next year, it will be under a new username. So I won't be using this one because Erica Drayton to me is what I would write under. So on Twitch, so I'm going to create a new account basically on Twitch that will be for my gaming. So it'll have a username that's more like a gaming type username. And I'm going to be gaming on my Nintendo Switch. But again, that's all dependent upon um, if I get the capture card for Christmas from my brother, like I'm hoping I get. If I don't get it from him, I do have a way of getting it myself, of purchasing it myself next year. So come hell or high water, I will be um, streaming my myself playing Nintendo Switch from here. So that's why I'm getting the capture card, and I'm gonna get an extra um, Nintendo Switch dock that'll be here so that I can pop my Switch in there and then figure out how to do that because I have no idea. I know that I need a capture card, but beyond that, I have no idea. So I'm gonna have to watch like YouTube channels, YouTube videos to figure out what I'm supposed to be connecting and how, and then figure out the wire situation on my desk because I've got so many freaking wires here now. It's driving me nuts. So between figuring out the wires, organizing them so that they're neat, organizing all the devices that I need to have organized on my desk, my hope is next year I will not be using Erica Drayton username. I will be using a completely different one. So honestly, and I don't know if I'm gonna tell anyone what my new username is gonna be when I do my gaming stream. I'm just gonna let people organically find me and be like, oh my god. Um Correct. Yeah. So I'm on my YouTube channel streaming as well. I should be anyway. I didn't even bother to check. I just assumed that I was. Uh but let's say that I am cuz I assume I am. If I'm not, then it's like, "Oh shoot, I thought I'm just letting StreamYard do all the work for me here." Um but now you're making me check. So I'm going to check. I'm going to check. Your channel. Um, yes, I am currently streaming right now. I don't have a command for that, unfortunately, so you can't see. So I can't tell you what my YouTube channel is. Okay. Yep. Yep. So I'm streaming. Like I said, typically, if you look at my YouTube channel, you'll see the videos to see that I've been streaming on here for quite some time, almost a year. Um, and that is my intention moving forward is to stream from YouTube, my writing. And so I'm doing a lot of things. And so I'm trying to get myself organized in 2022 because I want to have my YouTube channel for my writing stream, uh, a brand new, newly created with like 0 followers starting from scratch, Twitch gaming stream. Um, and then non-video but audio, I am gonna have bring back my podcast. So and then continue to do making sure that I do my writing, and doing my emails for my newsletter and getting my book out as a serial, which is what I intend to do starting next summer. So June 6th, I believe, is a Sunday. And that is the date that I am looking to reach, that every week starting June 6th for about 9 months, I will be releasing 1 chapter at a time of the first book in my, planned trilogy that I've been working on and that I've been writing. So, fingers crossed that that happens because I'll be releasing the entire trilogy as a serial on Substack over the course of, like, I don't know, 3 years it's gonna take me to do because each book is gonna take about 9 months to release chapter by chapter, and then there's gonna be, like, a 3-month break in between where I've got a plan for something else that I'm gonna be doing and then rolling out the next book over, that 9 months and over again, so that's the goal. That's why I have my newsletter, and that's why I want everyone to sign up for the newsletter because that's the only way you're gonna find out what the hell is going on. Um, yes, thank you. Hey, Bode, what's up? Yes, welcome back. Sort of. I'm not really back. I'm just testing out StreamYard right now. Um, and yeah, I don't know how much of what I just spewed out uh you heard, but yeah, I will be back on Twitch, but you'll have to find me because when I return to Twitch, it will be under a different username. I'm creating a whole new brand new account with a different name. And unless you know what that name is, you won't find me. And I doubt that you will know what that name is, but it's gonna be the username that I go by when I play the video games that I play. So I'm just gonna use that name. Obviously it makes sense. Um, and that name is not associated at all to like it doesn't have it doesn't have Erica in it, doesn't have Drayton in it, it doesn't have storyteller in it. It's a different thing. But yeah, so I'm gonna do Twitch for what it's made for, which is gaming. And I'm gonna do YouTube to do um my writing streams. But for today, because I want to test out StreamYard and figure out if I want to really use it or not, or if I want to scrap it entirely. Um, yeah, I'm trying to do my thing. So Masters of All Elements, my so what had happened was in back in 2019. Oh, what a year. You would think 2020 was a really shitty year and it was, but for me 2019 was not the best year of my life. Um Actually 2017 was the worst year of my life cuz I lost my mom, but 2019 um basically I had a bit of a breakdown because I stupidly decided that I was going to write um 6 full-length novels and 5 novellas and release them all in 2019. So I had started doing this whole project really in like 2016 because I was plotting out the story, outlining all that stuff. I had gotten about 4 to the 4th novel of the 6 book series and the 2nd novella um when I hit bottom, and I hit it hard. And so while I had published, I self-published on Amazon, so all of the things that I had already written were up on Amazon for purchase. I had to take a break, and so in 2020, I decided that I would just write short fiction, and so I wrote short fiction um, all of last year and this year as well. All that to say that this year I decided that I was going to rebrand myself. So I took it all down. So you can't find anything that I wrote in 2019. Those novels have been taken down. And my intention is to release a new uh a new series. It's in the same world because it's called Stonehaven, and Stonehaven I came up with like 60 plus books to write within that world. So I'm sticking with it. It's fantasy with dragons and mermaids and um, you know, things like that. So anyway, so the new one that I'm writing, the name of the series is called Born from Blood, BFB, and it is heavily steeped in Native American and tribal traditions and storylines. So it's about two warring tribes, basically, who are fighting each other. They split and they're fighting each other because one believes they are the chosen ones over the other group. In any event, so Born from Blood is the name, and it's really centered around skinwalkers. I don't know if you know what a skinwalker is. They are um, in mythology, but they are also believed to exist in many Native American cultures. And you perform a ceremony to become a skinwalker. Skinwalkers are just um, really creepy, evil looking things, like really creepy. So the, the bad guy in my trilogy is a skinwalker. Um so there are skinwalkers, there are wendigos, there are a lot of those kind of creatures and things that you would find in Native American cultures in this trilogy that I'm writing. And the main character is a young boy from the tribe. And so this story actually takes place in the past and the present of his life. So when he's 45 and when he's 15. So each chapter goes back and forth in that parallel timeline of what's happening to him in his present day and age of 45 is practically repeating itself. And he went through a lot of these things already back when he was 15. So he's remembering, reminiscing, recounting, retelling the story of his youth as the story of his present is happening, where he thought that he had beaten and defeated the skinwalker from when he was 15, and it appears to have returned in some other fashion now that he's a grown man and has returned to come and enact revenge upon him, etc. And so it's a 3 book series. Sorry, I'm very distracted because the sun is shining brightly, but it's raining cats and dogs. Just like what is happening outside right now? Like I can clearly see that it is raining very hard, but it's also sunny out. Whatever. So yeah, so that's the story. The first one is tentatively titled "Its Claws Are Sharp as Nails." Um, and there's gonna be an Easter egg, hopefully that I can slip into the 3 books where I am currently writing a very long uh, poem, which is gonna be not as long as, like, Beowulf, which was, like, an entire, like, tome, but in that vein, and it's gonna be about a skinwalker, how to defeat them, how to identify them, this whole thing that every member of the tribe has heard, spoken one way or another, and my hope is to either put lines of that poem within the book itself or have every chapter title be a line from the poem. I haven't decided yet how I'm gonna fit that in. At one point, I thought, like, having a line from the poem be at the end of every chapter, um, so I don't know. It's gonna be very tricky to try to fit that in there, but I don't just wanna put the poem in there just for shits and giggles. I want it to weave through the story the way the past and present timeline is gonna be weaving through the story. So I want to be a bit more clever than that. I don't want to just be like, so here's this poem about the skinwalker. Read it at your leisure. No, I want it to be something where the reader will hopefully pick up on the fact that these lines go together and will like do the exercise or the steps of like putting it together, like either typing it up somewhere or something like that, so they can see it like the way it's supposed to be, and in the correct order, blah blah blah. So it has to be long enough to accommodate all the chapters in each book of all 3 books. So what worries me a bit is I won't have all 3 books written when I start sharing the serial next summer. So I need to write a poem assuming I know how many chapters are going to be in the next 2 books and that I have the poem written enough to cover that or be able to, think on the fly and add lines if I need to add lines or take lines away if I need to take lines away. I don't know. I don't know. But that's my idea. Um, and either I crash and burn with it or it works. I don't know. Anyway, if I haven't bored out the whole chat, that's my life as of now. As a train crosses in front of taxi, close it. I take a deep breath. And Oh, wow. Hello. I do miss, like, unfortunately, because I left Twitch, um, I still have, like, quite a bit of viewers and people who stop by my YouTube channel. But they're new people, they're different people, they're not the Twitch people. So, um, in many ways, I miss the Twitch crowd and community, but they are the Twitch writing community, and, um, that's not what I'm gonna be doing next year. So, I'm hopeful that I don't get, like, a really cruddy community because I'm gonna be doing gaming streams on Twitch next year, and that is just gonna be me playing video games and fumbling my way through. Um, but we'll see. Like, I'm gonna be starting actually with the brand new, Pokemon game. I have, uh, uh, Shining Pearl. Um, and so I've already done the playthrough, like, I'm doing the playthrough right now. I think I have all 8 badges actually, or I'm up to the 8th badge. Um And so once I have all 8 badges, then I gotta do a whole bunch of other stuff. So I'm gonna be doing the run through again. I'm gonna start from the beginning, from scratch, and I'm gonna add some, not like Nuzlocke, if you even know what that is. I'm not gonna do the Nuzlocke challenge, but I am gonna create a different kind of challenge for me that will make the game last a lot longer and take a lot longer to complete, but that's what I wanna do. So I'm gonna be playing that game. I am going to return back to, Pokemon Sword. I think Sword is the one that I have. I don't think I have Shield. I think I have Sword, and I wanna start that one from the beginning, and then the one that I'm really excited about, which I've already played through, like, 4 times, but it's by far my favorite Nintendo Switch game right now, is, Link's Awakening, Zelda Link's Awakening, which I love. I think the animation, the cartoon, the whole thing is just so amazing. Like I said, I've played through it so many times, and I that's the one I could play through very quickly. I could probably do it in like 2 or 3 streams, so it's not gonna be a big deal. But I'm excited to play through it again. I haven't in like a while because I've been playing um Sword, and now I'm playing this one, so had to stop playing Sword for a hot minute. Um but yeah. Yeah, I there was several years because I started my mom started me out with the with NES, right? So I had NES from like the age of I think 4, and then I got the Super Nintendo, and then from Super Nintendo I got the Game Boy, and after that, after I got the Game Boy, I was all handheld all the way. I did not get GameCube. Um I think I may have had the Nintendo 64, but I didn't play it as much because again, once Nintendo had those handheld uh things, I wanted the handheld. I didn't want hold on, I have to bring my arms up. I didn't want the console on the TV anymore. I love being able to travel with my game. And so I was playing all the Pokemon games because they were the games that were never on the console. They were only um on the handheld, and so I had Game Boy, Game Boy Color, Game Boy Advance. I had Game Boy DS, DS Lite. I did not get 3DS or whatever it was because I didn't like the 3D thing. It made me sick. It was just I didn't like that one. So I literally still have my DS Lite. It's actually downstairs, and it has, I believe, Pokemon Diamond in it, um which is this one that I'm playing is the remake. So it's so funny. So I that's why I didn't get Pokemon Diamond because I had it already as the original, and I decided to go with Pokemon Shining Pearl instead, um to have the other portion of it. But I did not get any of the Pokemon games. And there was so many that came out because I was in college, and trying to be a good college student and all that crap. So so there was like they had Pokemon Black and White, didn't get they had like Pokemon, I think X and Y, didn't do that one. Um and then there was several like standalone ones that I also didn't do, like when Pokemon Red and blue came out. I think the standalone was like Pokemon Green, and so I didn't get green. I think I played blue, and like my brother or my cousin had the other color. Um and, like, they did Pokemon Yellow at one point, but that was, like, again, a standalone from the main 2 that were out, and so I never did Yellow, so I'm excited to get Pokemon, um, Eevee Eevee Go, or however the hell you pronounce the whatever it is, Pokemon Eevee, because apparently that one is a remake of Pokemon Yellow, which I'm like, "Oh," and I was gonna get the Pikachu one, but I'm like, people I'm sure that was probably the better seller at the time, when it came out like 3, 4 years ago, and I'm so over Pikachu, so I'm gonna get the Eevee version instead. But yeah, I'm like, "You know what? I'm an adult now. I do have responsibilities as an adult, but I don't have them in the same way that I did before where I feel like, okay, I need to study. I can't play video games. It's not that same scenario, so I'm able to play video games now. My wife plays the Xbox. I'm playing, my Switch. It's great. And so I'm getting all of them, and I'm playing them and I'm loving it. I know there are some people who are from the 80s and 90s who are saying that these Pokemon games, they're the same, and why aren't they, making them more adults because we are all grown now, but I'm nostalgic for it. I love it. The fact that I'm able to play the same game that I played when I was playing it on my Game Boy, but it's in color with better graphics, but the fight mode is still the same. The searching through the grass is still the same. Like that, the fact that you gotta catch them all is still the same concept. I'm here for it. Like, I'll take it all day, every day. And this one that I'm playing right now, the best gameplay I have ever done playing Pokemon since I've played the original Pokemon back in, like, I don't know when the hell that Pokemon came out, but, my mind is blown at and my wife was actually laughing at me yesterday because I caught this was the first time where I caught hold on, 'cause I actually have all of the cartridges behind me, I just remembered. So this is legit the first time, and I have to put my screen up here. The first time. Where am I? Oh, I'm here. Sorry. This guy, the first time in my life that I have caught the Pokemon that is on the cover of the game. The first time, because, that's the big deal, right? With all the Pokemons, I don't know if you know that or not, but, like, each one, they're like one or the other, right? So you decide this one I have sword, there's a different Pokemon that's got a shield, and the whole point, I mean, beyond catching them all, is getting the main one, the one that's, like, so hard to get. Never in my playthrough of any of the Pokemon games have I ever caught the Pokemon that is but in my party right now, is this dude. This dude in all his pink glory. I have it, and when I caught it yesterday, I was so excited. I was like, "Honey, look." And she was like, "That's great, dear. That's that's wonderful. I'm so proud of you." She could care less. Uh, but I'm just like, mind blown. Anyway, sorry. I'm gonna share that with the whole world until somebody understands how exciting that is and is as excited with me as I was when I caught the damn thing. Because when they had me fight it, I legit was like, I was talking to myself because my wife could care less. She was in the living room, but she was not listening to me at all. And I was just like, oh my God, they really want me to fight it. Am I supposed to kill it? Like, I can't catch it. Like, are they expecting me to, like, drain its, like, thing and try to stupidly catch it with, like, I don't know, an ultra ball? Like, that's not gonna catch this thing. Me, caught it. I did, and I was like, "Hot damn, summer in the city." But I also have to say, not as powerful as I thought it would be. I actually do not have it at the lead of the pack because I mean, I have Pokemon that I randomly just caught in the wild that are of 1, a higher level, and 2, of a higher power than That one is. And again, I don't know if that's intentional, if they did it that way because people probably were very frustrated at how difficult it's always been to catch the Pokemon that's on there, because I was also surprised at how early I caught it, because I caught it before I even got to the final gym badge, because you're supposed to go through like 8 gyms. And so I wasn't even at gym badge number 8. I had only got, 7 gym badges, and I was already up to the storyline where I was gonna be coming up against this freaking Pokemon and catch it. I was like, is this a glitch in the game?" Because I always thought that that Pokemon was like, you catch it at the end and then roll credits, right? It's like, "Oh, you caught it, you got all 8 gym badges, you're, like, the best, trainer, you're the grand champion, blah, blah, blah. Now you get to battle, catch this Pokemon, roll credits." And now you get to play the rest of the game freely without being randomly stopped, and you could just catch all the Pokemon and fill your Pokédex and all that stuff. But I'm sure if I had been playing for the last, like, 2 decades, I would know what the hell's going on and why it's like that. But anyway, first I put that's not good. I am having a good time, and thanks for stopping by. I hope you are able to stop by again. I keep fiddling with this mic, which I love, but it's also because it's kind of in my way. Okay, I think that's better. Not in my way, and I'm still able to speak. I don't know if anyone can call themselves a good writer. They can call themselves a writer, but I think the title of good writer is a myth, um, because all writing requires editing. Even the quote unquote good writers, the bestsellers, the I don't know, whomever's, all writing requires editing. Um, and as long as all writing requires editing, um, you are a writer, full stop. I know I'm never gonna call myself a good writer. I'm someone who writes, and I maybe I can say I'm a good editor. So in order to try to say that I am able to improve my writing based on my editing, um, but I can't say that I am a good writer. I'm a consistent writer. Well, that's up for debate too. I can't say I don't think I can say that either. But I just realized I'm not sitting center. Like I try to base it off of the LG on my desk. I feel like I'm not centered to the LG. Okay, I think I'm more centered to the LG now than I was before. That's a phrase you don't hear every day. Are you centered to the LG on your monitor? Well, I am now. I am now. Okay. Oh, I think my wife is working out. I'm like, what is that sound? I hear like a drill sergeant. She has a Peloton bike, which is conveniently located in our foyer because one, it's heavy as sin, so we weren't about to ask the men to bring it upstairs. And two, it's big and it's like, okay, we have 5 bedrooms and 2 floors, basement, attic, garage. Where the hell are we gonna put it? Initially we were gonna put it in the garage. The only problem with that, because we were gonna turn the garage into half like bar, pool, table setup, half gym, is that um getting to the garage uh, can be difficult in the wintertime. And so the worry was if we put that thing in the garage right before a huge, snowstorm, it will never get used. Um, and so, yeah, I think she's working on it. I can't tell if that's her shouting or the thing shouting at her. Yeah, she is working out. Okay. Good morning, Birdie. And it's actually Mrs. That's it. I know what you were trying to do there, but it's not every day I get to say that. It's actually Mrs. As evidenced by the fact that my wife is downstairs working out on her Peloton. Is it? Oh, I and I'd love to say there'll be another, but I honestly don't know. I'm only here because I'm testing out StreamYard right now. Because typically I would be streaming on YouTube, as you know, because I left Twitch. Um, but there is every possibility that I will be returning to Twitch, just gaming, not writing. And I have yet to decide if I'm going to reveal what my username will be as a gaming streamer, or if I'm just going to remain anonymous until people find me. And I haven't even decided if I'm gonna have my webcam on while I'm gaming. It might just be the game itself and like me talking. So you'll have to not only find me, but recognize my voice to be like, is that? No. But I will say that I'll be playing Nintendo Switch games and it'll be predominantly Zelda and Pokemon games. So that might help you in your search, but that won't be happening till next year. So uh, don't look for me just yet. I have to get all of that set up, all my ducks in a row. I have to get the Nintendo Switch dock. I have to get the capture card. And then I have to set it all up and figure out how all of that works, basically, because I don't know how that, I mean, I imagine how it's supposed to work, but I'm sure that's not how it actually works. So, yeah, it'll be a lot of trial and error until I figure out all the moving pieces and parts. Yeah, those are my and Mario, like I'm always going to love Mario. I'm Nintendo for life and so I've played every Super Mario. I have every, Super Mario game including whatever ones came out for the Switch, but they're actually all downstairs. I don't have the only ones I actually brought up here, and this is really just for the case. I actually have the games in this cool like Zelda thing, which actually is not up here. It's downstairs in the living room. So I can't show you that. But like so I have, like all the my favorite absolute playthrough like 4 times already, I think. Obviously, the one that everyone is saying is the best. This camera is, like, not gonna get it, but Breath of the Wild I have, what's this one that I can't even see because it's so bright? I think this one is Skyward Sword, and then the latest one, I think this is the latest one, Hyrule, um I do like YouTube better for the writing stream because I feel like I'm more connected to the writing community. That's I mean the writing community on YouTube, like the writing community on Twitch, but I just think it was a better move. And I love this move even more that I'm about to do, which is to have a gaming stream on Twitch because Twitch is a gaming platform. So I feel like if I'm going to be streaming on Twitch again or return to streaming on Twitch, then why not stream games, and since I've been, playing video games, and a lot of people probably don't know that I'm not like a gamer, right? But I feel like this light overhead is really washing me out. Hold on. I'm sitting in darkness even though the curtains are open in my office, and that's because a storm is a coming. So even though it's 10:30 in the morning, a storm is a coming. So let me see if this will capture it better now a bit. So this is the one I'm playing now, which is Shining Pearl, but I have been playing Pokemon Sword, which is basically still gonna be washed out. So yeah, so these are the cases. I like I said, the cases are empty. The actual cartridges are in a different thing, but yeah, so I'm hoping to return to um now I think is that my monitor is too bright. Holy mackerel. Okay. I think I have lowered the monitor so that I'm not as washed out. Yeah, I'm not like a serious like diehard gamer, but I've been playing video games since Nintendo. I do have an actual ring light, which I do intend on setting up at some point. The only reason I haven't is because I don't want another thing on my desk. Like my desk is, in my opinion, more cluttered than I want it to be. I'm trying to be more minimalist, and it's not working. So, so, um, so once I get my desk to a point of less issue. And once I organize my wires, I actually have what's called I call them J runways, but it's like these things that attach under my desk so that I can hook the wires onto them and like make things a lot neater on my desk with the wire situation and everything. I will bring the ring light because my wife bought me a ring light like I think last Christmas and put it on my desk in such a way that it works better than having my overhead light because I'm kind of sitting almost under my overhead light, not really, but enough that it's just too bright. I do plan on getting a dimmer in here at some point so that I can control the overhead light and all of these things. But until then, my black skin is just gonna have to figure it out. So yeah, eventually I'll get the lighting situation right. But I don't mind sitting in my office with the light off because I actually hate light. I feel like I must have been a vampire in my last lifetime, um, because I just hate light. Yeah, I'm basically just gonna get the easiest way to get a dimmer these days, besides like adding a dimmer switch to your light switch, is to just get a smart bulb, and then this with the smart bulb, you can like change the color, you can change, you can dim it or make it at to its brightest. That's like the easiest way to do it now. So you don't have to do any electrical work. You simply just change the bulb. So I'm gonna get a smart bulb. Um, Birdie, I have a dumb question. Are you writing the word action, or is that something that for some reason StreamYard is doing? I just want to make sure that that's a thing that you do in your chat. And because I'm seeing the word action in like all caps, and I'm thinking that must be a phrase that you do. So if it is, I apologize for like pointing it out that way, but I just want to know. Is that you or is that this thing? What's up, Mr. Big? What's up? Um I'm really thinking I'm gonna tell you guys if I did um something Twitch is adding, okay, because I'm just like that just seems weird. It's so I can imagine you saying like you're actually putting the word action because it's something that you need to action. Because I'm used to saying that all the time with work, like I need to action this or can you please action this and like like get it done. So I just wanted to make sure. Is she actioning things? Um, what was I gonna say? Oh, it makes your text oh, so that's probably what it is. So I'm seeing the italics being shown as the word action instead of it being in italics. Okay. That's so weird. But that's because I'm using StreamYard and so I'm not able to see that in my StreamYard chat. Maybe if I was on the Twitch chat, I would see it the way you're intending to show it. Got it. Um What was I gonna say? If I told you guys eventually when I what my new Twitch handle is gonna be for gaming, like would you actually show up? Because I know you guys predominantly watch writing streams, which is why I'm not sharing what my Twitch handle is gonna be for my gaming stream when I do gaming. But if you guys you want to know what it is and stop by instead of me being very cryptic and saying you'll have to find me first. Uh, instead of me giving you hidden clues and saying I'm not going to tell you what my handle is, you're going to have to figure it out and randomly find me in the gaming community. Um, I should close my office door because I'm I'm like bopping my head to the music that my wife is listening to while she's working out. I hope you guys can't hear it because if you can, then I really do need to close my office door because I don't want to be, what's it called, DMCA'd or whatever because because I accidentally played music that's copyrighted or whatever. So please do let me know if you can hear this music faintly in the background. I don't see my light moving, so that means it shouldn't be picking up. Yeah, I don't watch streams, but I do watch. Oh my God, I'm addicted to watching YouTube streamers and watching their videos. I'm like, it's a problem. It is a real problem. I know that I need to cut back on how many YouTube hours I watch in a day. I probably watch somewhere between, and I'm not kidding you, like I would say 6 hours, 6 to 8 hours a day of YouTube I'm watching, like for real. And I'm so crazy with watching YouTube. Peep this, okay? You know how if you anything you watch on YouTube, it's just like any algorithm or anything, right? The second you watch one thing about this one thing, when you go back to the home page, it's going to show you a buttload of that thing. And so to really clean up, I have actually I think 3 right now, 3 different YouTube channels. My main one, which doesn't have a channel, um I have the one for my streaming, and then I just created one that's gonna be for my, um, something else. I won't even mention it, but so what I do is I make sure that if I follow or really if I subscribe to a channel, I make sure that I'm on a specific one of my different personas because I don't wanna confuse them. So, if I'm watching a streamer or if I wanna watch a YouTube video that's about like a author tuber, then I make sure I'm in my writing stream username on YouTube, and that's where I go when I'm watching someone who does that sort of thing. But if I wanna watch a gamer, right, and watch their YouTube videos about, like, Nintendo or any of these things and watch any walkthroughs because I watch those constantly, especially whenever I'm playing a video game. I love watching a walkthrough where someone already did it so that I'm especially if I get frustrated and I get stuck, then I make sure I'm in a different YouTube account. And that's so that when I go to that YouTube account, if I did all of the videos, all of the watching that I did under one YouTube account, it would be a mess. It would be an absolute mess. And then I have my tech ones. So there are a lot of tech YouTubers that I watch where they review, the latest iPads and headphones and computers and all of these things. I don't want them to be bundled and lost in the shuffle of my author tubers, and I don't want my author tubers to be lost in the shuffle of my game stream watching. So so I have 3 so every time I go to YouTube, it's like, okay, um I want to see beat 'em ups who does he's a Nintendo um YouTube personality, and he also has a Twitch stream, which I've been watching occasionally when he's on, and so I have to switch to a different YouTube account before I even search for him or go to his channel because, again, if you search for something in that thing, it's going to show it to you for the rest of your life, and so I've been very, anal, if you will, about how I do my YouTube searches and watch my videos because I know like, I watch a lot of the Wendy Williams show, but I never catch it because I don't know what time it comes on. So, instead, I watch it the next day, I watch the day before, and so I make sure that whenever I'm watching the Wendy Williams show on YouTube, that I'm in a specific account because I don't want again, if I wanna watch gaming stuff, I don't want, like, every 3rd video to be a Wendy Williams video like that like that's not what I'm in the mood for right now. So so if you want to have it like I suggest doing that. You could create as many quote unquote channels as you want. And so that's what I did. So under my main Gmail account where I have my YouTube account set up, um my main Gmail account with my that's connected to my YouTube, that doesn't have a channel. It's just regular, but I created, like, 5 channels within my main YouTube account. So, really, I have 6 different buckets, and each bucket has a specific set of videos it's gonna show me when I go there. So even though I only watch, like, religiously 3 tech streamers, I watch Marcus, uh, who doesn't? I watch Your Average Consumer, I watch, um I watch a bunch of them, right? I think there's 4, but when I go to that bucket, it's gonna show me other people that are similar to the ones that I watch that other people watch as well. So I always, discover something new or something, and then sometimes I watch them and sometimes I don't. But it keeps it a lot, it keeps it better organized for me because like I said, wanna I don't wanna go to a timeline on my YouTube channel where I'm seeing a beat 'em ups video, a Wendy Williams video, a video from an author tuber, and then a tech video, and it's all jumblation all in under one account. Like that would probably be better actually because I might watch less YouTube videos because I'd be so frustrated. I say screw this and I'm not watching any more YouTube ever again because and that's actually what happened to me. I found that my tastes were expanding and so were my YouTube videos that I watch. And they were getting too confused. And the easiest way to do this, like even if you already have a YouTube account and you already have a mess, like I just said, you can easily clean that up. All you have to do is unsubscribe from those things. So that's really all that I did. I created the different channels, right, with different names. You could create it to whatever name you want if it's going to be easier for you to know what's in each bucket based on the name. And then you go into your main one where you subscribe to like let's say 50 different types of people. Either make a list of who they are, write them down, or delete them and then subscribe to them under the new bucket as you go. So, like have 4 or 5 windows open, go to the window that's for the tech bucket, go to your main thing, say, okay, I want, Christopher Lawley is my tech person. I don't want him in my main bucket. So I unsub to him there and then I go to the bucket where I want my tech and I subscribe to him there. And once you do that, YouTube will clean itself up. You would think that they would continue to show me this person on my main channel because I was subscribed to them at one point. They actually don't, which I like about YouTube, is that they aren't like Facebook. I mean, with Facebook, they're listening 24/7. So if I mention bungee cords and I go onto Facebook, I'm gonna see an ad for bungee cords there, even though I never even searched for the damn thing, right? YouTube is not like that. They really are a search engine. They really are only going to show you what you want to see. So once I unsubscribe, which is basically telling them I don't want to see this on this account, they're going to stop showing it to me. So it's been so amazing having these separate buckets this way so that I can go into whatever I fancy and be like, okay, this is the bucket where I want to just watch Wendy Williams, or where I just want to watch tech, or where I just want to watch, see what my author tube community is doing. And they're not going to infiltrate with some type of nonsense that that I don't want to see. So that's my spiel. I actually don't use Spotify anymore. Shocking. I used to have the Spotify Hulu um combo where it was like cheaper. It was like $10 to have Hulu and Spotify. But then Disney has a bundle with Disney, Hulu, and ESPN Plus, which I have that bundle with Verizon because I just switched my cell phone provider from AT&T to Verizon. So because of that, um I canceled my Spotify, because again, I have Apple, like I'm in the Apple ecosystem, and so it just didn't make any sense for me to be paying for iCloud Plus, which is like $20 a month. And with that, I get Apple TV Plus, I get Apple Music, I get Apple Arcade games. I get all these things. So I'm training myself literally because Apple Music and Spotify are two different beasts. Okay. They both are music platforms, but they are not the same, okay? And I will admit that Spotify is better. I will fully admit that. However, I am no longer using Spotify. I'm using Apple Music, and I am learning how to use it. It's difficult, and and on occasion I will bite the bullet and just listen to the free Spotify with the commercials. um, It's hard to Birdie, I have spreadsheets to try and figure out what in the hell we're doing with all of our streaming services because we have so many that it's like right now I'm about to re-sign up for Netflix because my wife and I are like there were too many different things on Netflix that we are saying, "Oh my god, we have to see this thing." And I have to keep reminding her we don't have Netflix. But she wants to see that new musical Tick Tick Boom that's about the creator of Rent. Um, and so today, like after I finish streaming, I'm gonna sign up for it again and I'm gonna have to add it to my spreadsheet to figure out what in the hell. But right now, because of Verizon, oh my God, Verizon is actually, I can't believe it, but we're getting Disney Plus, Hulu, and ESPN Plus for free as long as we're a part of Verizon. So, I mean, how much money is that saving us every month? And then I think we also have Discovery Plus for free for a year. So we were paying for that. I just canceled that because we're getting it free for a year right now. Um, and something else. I can't remember what else. But the fact that we're getting Disney Plus and whatever. And then I was stupidly paying for HBO Max, not realizing that I had HBO Max as a part of my cable package. So technically, I get HBO Max for free. So I almost wish I could get a refund for like those 5 months that I was paying for HBO Max and I was getting it free. But yeah, because it's if you have that cable channel, then you shouldn't be paying extra for whatever their plus whatever services. You should just connect your cable provider and then boom, you have access. FYI. But I am borrowing my best friend's Peacock TV because we were paying for it. And then randomly one day he said, "Do you guys want Peacock?" And I was like, "What?" And he gave me his username and password. And when I went in, he had put our name there as one of the accounts. And I was like, "Oh my God, thank you so much." So we're not paying for that. So there's a lot that we're not paying for. So technically, we can add Netflix back to our like streaming library because we also have Amazon Prime. Um, we have, and through Amazon Prime, we have Boomerang, Acorn TV, and BritBox because I love British television. So I have to have Acorn TV and BritBox because we watch it. We watch that every night. Um, but yeah, we have. I would say like once I get Netflix back, we have every streaming service because Paramount Plus. I had CBS uh, All Access before it became Paramount Plus, and I was paying for that annually, which was like $100 a year. And I'm still paying for it annually with Paramount Plus now, but that's like a must have because CBS to me is the best network for television ever. And there's no one that can argue any different to me. Even better than Peacock TV, which is all the NBC's shows. Um, and I do spend because you know what it is? I constantly have my earpod, which I actually have right here. Like I put one earpod in this ear, and so I have my laptop on my lap, and so I'll be watching a thing there, and then the TV's on there. And my wife is like, "How that like what are you doing?" Like I'm watching a YouTube video and I'm watching the football game. Come at me. Like like, what are you gonna do? Last night, that's what I was doing. Or all day yesterday, Sunday football. I was watching football from noon to 11 PM, 11 hours of football, and I was also watching 11 hours of YouTube. What? You got a problem with that? But I stopped watching the YouTube because Travis was streaming, so I went and watched him streaming yesterday for like an hour. So, ha, ha. And I'm binge watching TV shows, although I haven't been lately because it's been the holidays and I've been kind of busy eating and cooking and cleaning. So, yeah. But yeah, I'm constantly like I'm already thinking in my head right now when I stop streaming like the process that I go through is I go right to YouTube and I switch to each account to see what new stuff might have been posted by people I follow. And then if there's nothing new from people I follow, honestly, I'll watch their old stuff because a lot of the people I follow have been, they've been a YouTube personality for like a decade. So, and to me, I love their old stuff as well as their new stuff. So, Mark Crilly is one of them. Um, if I had to pick my top 5 favorite YouTube channels of all time, I would easily say Mark Crilly, Ali Abdal, who's like a productivity guy, um, Christopher Lawley, who he uses his iPad as his computer 100%, but I love his productivity videos and all of his tutorials and stuff. Um, Now I would pick beat 'em ups because I love that he's like exclusive Nintendo streamer and YouTube channel that I found, which I think he's amazing. He's so funny. That's 4. And then 5th, I feel like I should put an author tuber in there, but I don't watch them as religiously as I watch the other types of content. So I don't know who I would can I put Wendy Williams as 5th because I love watching her hot topics, which is crazy because I could care less about celebrities, but I just think it's so funny. Um, but 5th would probably be I don't know. I'd have to look and see how many hours have I spent on each different channel to say, "Okay, this is the person where I literally, like, went back to video 1 and kept watching, and so I guess this would be number 5." Um, but yeah, so many. So many. Love them all. And I only just got into these gaming YouTube channels because I've been playing, um, the new Pokemon, and I was looking for, assistance. And in looking for assistance, I found, like, 4 different channels, which I thought, yeah, I don't watch that much nonsense. Like, maybe you might think the tech and the gamer YouTube channels that I watch is nonsense, and maybe you're right. But I would argue that like, Ali Abdal and the Mark Crilly, and Mark Crilly is oh, you know who I would put 5th? Oh my god. James, I think his name is James Julier Art. Amazing. He draws on his iPad Pro and phenomenal stuff. I almost forgot about him, but as I said, Mark Crilly, who is also an illustrator, and he's a comic book writer as well, and he illustrates his own work. He gives so much helpful things to writers where he'll do like, how to start a story, how to fill the middle of the story, how to write the ending, top 10 tips on uh character naming and stuff like that. Um, so I would say at the moment it's 50-50 split between nonsense watching and helpful tutorial watching. But I'm okay with that. I'm okay because sometimes I need to watch YouTube. I watch it not to learn something, but you know, just to relax and watch someone be ridiculous on YouTube and talk about something that I am genuinely interested in and fascinated by because I've been so out of the loop for so long. So I feel like I'm learning so much about, how Nintendo has evolved in the last couple of decades. Oh, I just got a text. That was fascinating. But anyway, um yeah, but I'm with you on that. Sometimes I do watch too much junk. I just can't help myself. Learning hockey music, hockey news and music. That be it. I've never used YouTube for music. I mean, well, I think Vivo might still have a YouTube channel. When Vivo, which was its own like website and app and things, when they moved onto the YouTube platform, I went to Vivo a lot to watch music videos. But I'm not too. I could care less about music videos these days. I just listen to the radio. And now I'm only listening to Christmas music because 'tis the season. So I don't need YouTube for music. However, there are 2 YouTube channels that I follow. So every now and again, if I wanna hear, white noise, there are 2 YouTube channels. They're not white noise, but one of them is like a coffee shop jazz thing. So it has the sounds of a coffee shop mixed with jazz music, and I love it. And that plays like almost 24/7. So I follow that YouTube channel, and then there's another one that's similar to that. Um, but I think it's like no jazz music, it's just the sound of like rain at a coffee shop, which I also enjoy. So I don't know if that's the same thing as music, but yeah. But when I'm writing, the only music I can really listen to is classical music. I can't listen to music with words because I end up singing and not writing. He tries, he tries. Yeah, I'm always, always, always listening to music. These days, it's either my favorite New York classical music station, WQXR. I think that's the WQ. It sounds right. And then 106.7 Light FM, which is another New York City station. And so when they start playing 24/7 Christmas music, that's when I know um the shackles are lifted and I can play it on my own without them. But usually I just put them on and I'm listening to that radio station where it's, like I said, 24/7 Christmas music, and they play it, I want to say, till either the day after Christmas or New Year's Day. I forget how long they play it. It might be till the day after Christmas and then they go back to their regular R&B uh, music. But that's what I've been listening to all the time, driving my wife nuts. No, when you think about the fact that you're not listening to Christmas music 24/7. Napkin. Christmas is my favorite time of year. Holidays, like from right after Halloween all the way through to like mid January is my favorite time of year, listening to Christmas music, putting up the decorations, all that jazz. Day job o'clock. Yeah, it's actually day job o'clock for me in like 4 minutes also. I have to at least sign on. Um and act like I'm doing work. I also have my first meeting at noon, which is in an hour. So I am going to end this stream shortly. I'm going to finish this story today, come hell or high water. Send this email. So if you're not subscribed to my newsletter, I would love it if you would. Just fair warning, I do send out a newsletter at least 3 times a week. Um, but you can opt out of, any newsletter that you don't want, and I give all that information in, like, the welcome email, at least I think I do. So you don't have to feel like, "Oh my god, she's sending me too many emails." If you just wanna get my Friday fiction, which is my short stories that I deliver every Friday, or I've tried to deliver every Friday, I've been pretty bad for, like, the last 5 weeks, then you can just uncheck, in the steps that I give you, um, on how to do that. But here is the okay, so that's the correct URL for signing up to my newsletter. It's a Substack newsletter. Like I said, if you haven't signed up, I would really appreciate it if you would. I'm going a bit off script, where today I will be releasing a Friday fiction, the one that I've been working on stream. And I will be including two other Friday fiction stories that should have released Halloween and the Friday after that, but did not. So yeah, I'm gonna be including links to those, so that way you're gonna get basically 3 Friday fictions in one email. And then this Friday, I hope to play catch up. So this Friday, look for 2 Friday fiction stories from me. Um, and then I will be all caught up, so that next week Friday is the final Friday fiction of the year, and then I'll be back in the new year writing Friday fiction again. I'm giving myself like a 5 or 6 week break to enjoy Christmas and the New Year's, etc., etc. But in any event, thank you guys, especially for the people who showed up on the Twitch channel. Again, I don't know if this will happen again. Probably. It all depends on if I just keep the little checkbox checked on Twitch here as I continue to test out StreamYard. So you might see me again. Um, and then, I may or may not tell you what my gamer tag is so you can follow me. I might do that. Maybe I'll use December as the month of like letting people know I'm returning. I just hesitate to do that because I don't have all the parts yet to say that I'm going to be streaming gaming on Twitch. And I feel like saying it and then not being able to do it because I don't have these two missing parts is kind of um, a horrible thing to do, but we'll see. In any event, I did my 2 hours. I try to stream at least 2 hours Monday, Wednesday, Friday. So I'm already past the 2 hour mark. I have done my duty for the day. Thank you guys for watching, and I may or may not be back on Wednesday streaming again at this same time, which is usually around 8 or 9 o'clock for about 2 hours. Enjoy the rest of your work week. Enjoy your Monday, and happy writing. Peace.